Hey, how are you guys? This is the best YouTube channel in the world. You have come to a good place. Guys, I always try to give you my best, okay? The first thing I do is I always start off with a joke, right? So after the joke, we go into something else, okay? So this is this is a cab driver, right? He has a passenger on the back, and they're both going to a destination. So as the cab driver is driving, the passenger taps him on the shoulder as he's driving, and the cab driver goes, "Whoa, whoa," and he goes crazy, and he gets into the sidewalk. He goes crazy and starts screaming. And the passenger obviously gets nervous and starts screaming himself. So then finally, after the car stops and all the commotion is over, the cab driver goes, "I'm sorry, man, but you scared me, man, when you tapped me on that." And the passenger goes, "I'm sorry, but I didn't know by tapping you on the shoulder you would react like that." And the cab driver goes, "Yeah, man, I'm sorry, man. I should have told you. This is my first day cab driving, you know? Yesterday was my last day at my other job. I used to drive the funeral car." He never felt somebody touching him from the back in the funeral car. So guys, I want to give you, the best. So I'm going to keep looking down. So I keep looking at the time so I track, okay? Okay, so let me start off by showing you a picture, okay? That's the first thing I want to do. Give me 1 second. Okay, so this picture, this is me, right? I'm a professional actor, so that was my last acting gig. I did the play Man of La Mancha, and I was the second lead role, and I did it for 5 years. So theater and film have always been a passion of my life. I've dedicated my whole life to it. So in high school, my theater teacher in Queens, New York, the high school was Hillcrest High School. Hillcrest! So her name is Mrs. Rothman. Okay, I haven't spoken to her in years. So, but she was such a passionate Jewish lady. I mean, incredible person. And every time she spoke, she transmitted what she was feeling and saying. And as her students, we were always in awe, you know? So one day, check this out. One day, she comes in super, super PISSED, super angry. And we know she's passionate, so none of the students want to talk to her. We're like, and she's like, slamming things and stuff. So finally, I don't remember if it was me or if it was somebody else, but somebody spoke to her. And she said, "You know what? If the news ever comes to interview you, just say no comment. Don't say anything, because anything you say, they're going to take 3 words and put it in front and 2 words and put it in back, and your whole message is going to sound totally different than what you said." And we were all like, "Whoa, what the?" We were, you know. But from that day, that was in high school, from that day, I said, "You know what? I cannot trust the information I hear in the news all the time, because the news is run by rich people. And I'm not talking about just your regular rich people. I'm talking about, the oil rich people, the business people that have big businesses with chains of stores, those people control the economy. So they control the information you hear in the news. So check it out. So, you know, uh, we, I think it's totally unfair to blame Donald Trump, which has a lot of hate from the news. Obviously, the people in the news want us to hate Donald Trump, and he's our president, and we are American. Let me explain. So, Donald Trump has been accused of being guilty of the deaths in the United States from the COVID. That is totally unfair, because the COVID is in Mexico, Europe, it's worldwide. So how can you blame one person for something that's happening all over the world? And a lot of people say, where there have been a lot of dead people in the United States. Yes, because the United States is a wealthy place. Okay, and wealthy places have big buildings. And in a big building, that's a lot of people in one place. And in the elevator, somebody coughs. A lot of people have the COVID, you know? So it's unfair to do that. And listen, check it out. The rich people control the news so much that don't you think, and the politics also, don't you think that it's extremely strange that the most powerful country in the world, the United States of America, in the last election had two candidates which everybody hated, including people in their own party? Listen, I'm a Democrat, and I didn't vote for Hillary Clinton because the person to win the popular votes in the Democrat party was Bernie Sanders. So I was prepared to vote for Bernie Sanders to run against Donald Trump because he won the people's vote. And people is democracy, right? Votes. But the rich people that control the Democratic Party chose Hillary Clinton instead of listening to the voice of the people. One of my textbooks in the sixth grade or the seventh grade was We the People. Okay, we the people, that's democracy, votes. So, the rich people control. Hillary went, and obviously I didn't vote, because I wasn't going to vote for Donald Trump because he's a Republican and I'm a Democrat. And I wasn't going to vote for Hillary Clinton because I wanted Bernie Sanders. And that was not just me. My brother didn't vote, my niece didn't vote, and a friend of ours didn't vote. So that's four people just from me. Okay, so that happened with a lot of Democrats. So it's unfair to keep throwing hate to Donald Trump. The rich people who control the politics want America to be divided and want Republicans to be fighting against Democrats. We have to unite as Americans, especially now with the COVID. We need all the unity we can get, right? So the rich people control the news so much that rich people want you to believe that Michael Jackson raped little kids. And let me tell you something. Michael Jackson did not rape little kids. Michael Jackson wrote a lot of songs that he sang. And listen to the lyrics of the songs that he wrote. Listen to one of them. This is We Are the World. When you have time, go to YouTube and put the song We Are the World with the lyrics so you can see what he wrote, what his thoughts were. Listen, he said, We are the world, we are the children, we are the ones to make a better place, so let's start giving. He's talking about the good of humanity, you know? So somebody who writes like that and thinks like that doesn't rape little kids. And hold on, we have also the man in the mirror. The man in the mirror do the same thing. Look for the lyrics and listen to it and read it in YouTube. Excuse me, I ate something. So the man in the mirror, listen to what it says. I'm talking to the man in the mirror. I'm telling him to change his ways. So he's talking about self-improvement. Somebody who talks about self-improvement doesn't rape little kids. Okay? And hold on, there's one more. There's the Earth Song. The Earth Song speaks about the damage that the environment has. And obviously, we all know global warming is going on, right? So he was an artist ahead of his times, okay, giving us good songs to better humanity. So when people try to do good things, they get attacked, okay, especially if they're black and if they have a lot of followings and if they're titled as the king of pop. That's what killed all the racist people. For a black man to have so many people following him and then be named the king of pop. Okay? So Michael Jackson did not rape those little kids. And you know why he wasn't convicted? I mean, if he would have been guilty, the judge would have found him guilty and he would have went to jail. But the kids kept changing their stories all the time. Okay, the parents were paid off. The parents told the kids, listen, you're going to say this and this. And the kids couldn't remember for the next court meeting. So they kept changing the story. That's one of the reasons why he was never found guilty. But his name is still put in shame because everybody's like, Michael Jackson. I don't know, Michael Jackson and little kids. It's bull crap. Okay, give me a second because my throat is killing me. I'm gonna take a drink of water. Give me a second. You know, obviously, as a YouTuber, I don't want to take a drink of water in front of you, but if I keep talking, I'm gonna sound like, So it's better for me to take that pause and drink that water and continue. Okay, so the other thing I wanted to talk about is in my notebook. Give me one second. Okay, so in the notebook, I have the things that I want to mention. Okay, so I want to mention a great movie. Okay, if you're bored, obviously we are all, locked up in quarantine time. This movie is incredible. It's called Catch Me If You Can. The stars in the movie are Leonardo DiCaprio, okay, Tom Hanks. It's a great, great movie, and it's also based on real life. It's based on Frank Avengale. This guy was a teenager. Okay, he was in high school, and he made believe he was a pilot. He made believe he was a lawyer, and he made believe he was a doctor. And since he made believe he was a pilot, he would fly to other states and then say, "Yeah, I'm a doctor." And he was so smart. Okay, he studied so many books that every state he went to, they believed him. So, and then when the police tried looking for records, they couldn't find any records because he was a high school student. So, and he made fraud checks also. It's an incredible movie, and it's not from now. So if you're a millennial and you've never seen this movie, you are in for a treat this weekend. So it's called Catch Me If You Can with Leonardo DiCaprio. Okay, let me check the notebook to keep mentioning things. Okay, remember how I told you that the news is controlled by rich people? One time in Twitter, this is true. Okay, they closed my account a couple of like 2 months ago or something. But when I did have Twitter, one time I found a tweet that showed Ivana Trump giving the exact same speech that Michelle Obama gave. And people flipped. And obviously, that speech was shared. Well, in Twitter, it's called retweeted, retweeted by thousands of people. So it was all over Twitter, and sentence for sentence they would say the same thing. So Ivana would say, "And the people of America have to unite," and then Michelle Obama would say, "And the people of you." So they showed it was the exact same speech because rich people run politics, rich people run the news, rich people run everything. So you have to be aware of that. Give me a second so I can look at the notebook and keep talking. By the way, Mariah Carey has a great song called Save the Day. And the beginning of the lyrics speak directly about what we are all going through. It says, "We are all in this together." So, straight up on the first line, okay, she goes straight into the difficulty that everybody's going through with the COVID. So Mariah Carey is an incredible artist, which I respect, admire, and I'm a fan of. Okay, my favorite songs of her are the one that I recommend if somebody passed away, "One Sweet Day," and "My All." Both of those songs are incredible. "My All," if you just broke up with your boyfriend or girlfriend, don't listen to it because it's one of those slit wrist, sad love songs, but it's incredible the way she sings that. Okay, so Mariah Carey is incredible. Okay, give me a second so I can look at all the things that I want to mention. I mentioned that. I mentioned that. Okay, so guys, get into my playlist. I have one of the best playlists in YouTube because I have a whole bunch of variety in one playlist. So I tell jokes, I sing, I act, I dance. In one of the dancing videos, I do like a little bit of dancing and then I speak, you know, almost like doing a bad. impression of Al Pacino with the Scarface. I thought you said like that. I don't say Scarface, but that's where my mind went after I did the dance. So it's hilarious. And in my first video of the playlist, I got drunk. It wasn't December 31st, New Year's Eve. It was New Year's Day. So it was Wednesday, and it was January 1st. Okay, so that day I got drunk and I said, I'm gonna be the first YouTuber to throw out a video. It's extremely hilarious, okay? So most of my videos are Spanish and English at the same time. So it's an incredible experience where you could listen to both languages and understand them, and it's not educational because I'm crazy. Okay? It's entertainment. Okay? And in one of my other videos I sing in Spanish and then I sing in English. Uh, so it's in, if this is the first time you're meeting me, your weekend is set because I gave you a movie. Remember, Catch Me If You Can. You've seen this video, and then you go into my playlist. Okay, so you're gonna have a great weekend. So remember, keep strong, keep positive, keep the faith. Don't allow the COVID to keep you down. And remember that the choices you make at home of what you see and what you hear are very important because we are locked up for a long time, right? The quarantine has us home a lot of time. So if you're somebody who likes to drink a lot, you're going to spend a lot of money on liquor and your liver is going to go, hey, If you smoke a lot of marijuana, you're going to spend a lot of money, okay? And obviously, as lovely as marijuana is, after a couple of years, it gives you paranoia. Okay, you think people are watching you, think because it happened to me. That's one of the things that God started showing me that was not positive about marijuana, and that's how I left it. One of the reasons I left it. So don't let the time that we are locked in allow you to build a habit too much. Okay, so God bless and take care. Peace.